Hi everyone, today I'm going to be sharing 13 principles that can help you have more energy, find new direction, and thrive after 50. Hi, my name is Deb and welcome to Women Reinventing MidLife TV, where we aim to inspire women over 50 to thrive in a meaningful life that you deeply desire and deserve. Turning 50 is a really exciting time. It is a time when we can step into our own power and be who we really are. It's an empowering time when life takes on new meaning. But too often when we get here, we can feel like we lack purpose. We can feel like we have no clarity or any direction. And we can also feel like we lack energy to pursue anything that we might want to do as well. And that means we can get a bit stuck. And if you're feeling like this now, you might say that you're not unhappy, but you're not totally happy either. And I totally get this. I speak to many women who experience this, so you're not alone. And if I can get through this and come out the other side enjoying life, then you can too. And this isn't just something that happens when you turn 50 either. It can happen in the years leading up to 50, and it can even happen in the years after 52. And it seems to be a midlife thing. But the thing is, if we don't address it, then it persists until we do. So the sooner that we address it, the better, really. And I have a belief, a profound belief, and I believe with my whole heart that every single woman in this phase of life can thrive. She can enjoy life in exactly the way she wants to. It's just about gathering together the right resources, thinking in a different way, finding tools to enable you to do that. And that's why for this year, I decided for my 60th birthday year that I'm going to share these 13 principles to help you have more energy, find new direction, and thrive after 50. These are principles that I live my life by myself, and I also guide my clients with too. Now, there are 13 principles. Each one is as important as the other one, so make sure you stay until the end. We're going to start with the physical because that's really important. And the first principle is to make sure that you eat in a way that is right for you. What I mean by that is that we are all unique. We all have different bodies. We all have different makeups. So what is right for someone else is not necessarily right for you. It's about finding out what is right for you, doing your own research, going to see nutritionists, naturopaths, getting lots of different viewpoints. I would say over the years, I've experimented with lots of different ways of eating, and even just recently have changed my way of eating because I'm in that time. Well, I moved into my 60s now, and I was finding that I was putting more weight on around the middle. And so I changed the way I was eating, and it's made a profound difference. It's made a profound difference. So it's about finding what is right for you. But there are some simple rules that you can follow around this, is to cut out processed foods as much as possible, because that does cause bloating and they're difficult for your body to digest. And when it's difficult for your body to digest it, then you're not getting the energy that you need. Cut out sugar as much as possible, at least processed sugar. You know, things like honey, molasses, maple syrup are okay in minimum quantities, but definitely cut out sugar. You need to bring your alcohol and stimulants down to a really low level. What I mean by stimulants is coffee, things like coffee and tea. Be really aware of what you're putting in your body. Keep your food fresh, whole, and organic as possible. And they are the rules that I live by. And as I said, just recently, I have changed a little bit again, the way that I eat, the different types of foods that I eat. So it's important that you do your research around this and find the way that is right for you. Principle number 2 is to regularly exercise in a way that is good for your body. Again, we are all unique and we all enjoy different types of exercise too. And it's also about understanding that when we reach this phase of life, that the exercise that we've done in the past may not be the exercise that's right for us now, because we've had a lot of changes going on in our body. Our hormones have changed. The way we metabolize things have changed. So it's important to realize that the way we exercised in the past, we might need to change that now, especially if things are happening like weight gain, or you're feeling exhausted, or you have had a habit of over-exercising in the past. It's just not going to cut it now because of the way our body has changed through the menopausal process. So principle number 3 is to have a presence practice. What do I mean by a presence practice? I mean something that brings your mind together with your body when you're doing it. Now, this can even be a form of exercise. If you train your mind to be focused in the present moment, you could do this with running, swimming, walking, cycling. There's a number of different exercises that you could do this with, but it is important that your mind is focused with what your body's doing, not thinking about something elsewhere. But some of the more traditional forms of presence practice is things like yoga, meditation, tai chi, qigong, even just sitting in nature and being aware of your surroundings is a presence practice. When we do this, we bring our mind together with our body, and this allows us to have our energy flowing really well through our body. Principle number 4 is to mind your mind. What I mean by that is to be aware of your mindset and maybe even adjust your mindset, because quite often when we get to this stage of life, we need to adjust the way we're thinking about something. Definitely, it's important to embrace an optimistic mindset. But when we talk about positive mindset, I'm really careful when I talk about positive mindset, because positivity can be a little bit toxic, because it sometimes stops us expressing our emotions, which is something that we need to do in this phase of life. Having a more optimistic mindset, knowing that things are going to get better, even though we don't feel that good at the time, is a lot more resourceful in a way of thinking. But with mindset, we need to also be aware of our belief systems and how our belief systems can hold us back, and making sure that we adopt a really resourceful belief system. And the 5th principle is to make sure that we heal what still needs to be resolved. As I was coming up to my 60th birthday, I felt that I was being triggered a lot more easily than I normally am. I was reflecting on the past a lot with a little bit of sadness, and I could feel that I needed to resolve something, that I needed to heal something. And I made sure that I found a way to be able to do that for myself. I believe, and I believe that quite often these opportunities for healing come up at our different milestones. Maybe it's through menopause, maybe it's a milestone decade birthday, whatever it is. When you're seeing the signs, it's important that you follow the lead and start to heal what still needs to be resolved. Principle number 6 is all about sleep. And I know a lot of women, when we get to this stage of life, we feel like we just don't get enough sleep. And so it's important that we train ourselves to have a good night's sleep every night. I know a lot about this because I burned out a few years ago with adrenal fatigue. So I had to learn how to train myself to sleep properly again. So it's making sure that you have a good night's sleep. If you're having difficulty sleeping, don't just accept it the way it is. There is a way to train yourself to get a better night's sleep, whether it's using different products, whether it's developing a different bedtime routine, whether it is going to bed at a different time, waking up at a different time, understanding how much sleep you need and what your circadian rhythm is like. It's all part of it. So making sure that you get a good night's sleep every single night is essential to having more energy and thriving in midlife and well beyond, and even finding direction, because it's very difficult to think clearly when you're not sleeping well. Now, if you're finding this helpful so far, what I want to let you know is there is a link in the notes to my free ebook. It's my new free ebook that goes into more detail and gives more information on these 13 principles. So make sure you check the notes, go to the link and grab your ebook. And the 7th principle is to regularly self-care. Now, everything that I've mentioned so far is all what I consider to be self-care anyway. And definitely making more time for you and the things that energize you and the things that you enjoy are all part of self-care. But things like, you know, your doctor's appointments, going to the dentist regularly, going to the doctor regularly. And I would definitely recommend that you see your doctor and get checked. I have about 30 blood tests every year. You know, I go once a year and I get the 30 tests once a year because I want to see what's happening with everything in my body, because this allows me to balance my body when I know what's happening and I can see it in my blood. So it's important, I believe, to make sure that you book an appointment with your doctor. If you can find a doctor that's open-minded, fabulous, because there are many doctors that don't know a lot about menopause. So it's important that you find a doctor that's open-minded, thinks outside the box. An integrative medicine doctor, a functional medicine doctor, fantastic. A doctor that specializes in women's hormones in this phase of life, even better. Important to get these tests done, I believe, so that you know what you need to replace, how you need to eat differently to give you more energy and allow you to think clearly. Principle 8 is to balance your hormones. And this, I believe, is about much more than adding the hormones back. Although HRT works for a number of women, I know, I believe even if you're using HRT, it goes even deeper than this, because I believe in a holistic approach. And I have found personally, by reducing stress, it allows me to balance my hormones in a natural way. I also balance my hormones in the way that I eat too. I do use some bioidenticals as well. So it is important for you to find the way that is right for you. Remember, you're unique. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a naturopath. I'm not medically qualified to give you advice. What I'm saying to you is do your own research and find the way that is right for you. Principle 9 is to create healthy boundaries and stick to them. Easier said than done, I know, because after the many years of giving to other people, as we women do, then we tend to train other people what to expect of us. And this creates a problem when we get to this phase of life, because if we want to have more energy, then we need to spend time giving energy back to ourselves through the act of self-care. But if we don't have healthy boundaries, then we're not going to be able to find the time to enable us to do that. So it is important to create healthy boundaries. And if you do have loved ones that you've overgiven to and you've put them first, they may not even like it to begin with. And that's okay, it's normal. But as you continue to stick to your own boundaries, you retrain your loved ones around you to expect something different of you. But it's important for you to stick to your boundaries, otherwise no one else will either. Now, if you're finding this content helpful, remember to subscribe to this channel to help me continue bringing more information like this to you, and click the bell so that you're notified as soon as the next video comes out. Principle 10 is to have sustainable values and to follow them. What do I mean by sustainable values? We all have core values, right? But are they sustainable? Sometimes we have values that are unsustainable or inflexible, meaning that it is difficult for us to actually fulfill our own values. So it's important that we make sure that they're sustainable. And then once they're sustainable, it's important for us to follow our values, to live true to them, to fulfill them ourselves. But most of the time, most of the women I initially speak to before I work with them don't have a lot of clarity around their values. They've got a little bit of a vague idea, but don't have a lot of clarity around their values. So it is important for you to get very, very clear on your values. Make sure that the rules that sit behind your values are sustainable, and then make a commitment to live by them. This is going to fill you up. This is also going to allow you to find a new direction when you know what your values are. Principle 11 is to create a balanced life that is unique to you. Now, we get this idea of what balance is, and we see pictures of a set of scales, and we get generic wheels of life that tell us we should be putting time into this, 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 and this. A balanced life that is unique to you has no shoulds in it, right? There's no shoulds, there's no musts. It's a balanced wheel that is unique to you. So it's you getting clear on what balance is for you. If you don't get clear on this, it becomes easy to buy into what's important for someone else and live their idea of a balanced life. And as we do this, we don't feel fulfilled. We can also lead ourselves to burnout. So it's important to get clear on what balance is for you, what a balanced life looks like for you, what is going to bring you joy. And when you're clear on what's important in all aspects of life for you, then you can create a life that's balanced for you and unique for you. And then principle 12 is to seize the moment. Don't waste time waiting for another day, saying it you'll do it another time when you've got more time. Ditch the excuses. It is time to seize the moment and create life the way that you want it to be. When you're clear on what your values are, when you're clear on what balance is for you, it gives you the information that you need to be able to create a life that you want. And then it's important to seize the moment. I want to let you know this: the more you delay that, the more you're going to find reasons to delay. It creates an unresourceful habit that keeps you stuck. So it's important you seize the moment. And it's important to realize there's never going to be a perfect time, because the fact that you're listening to this now means that this is the perfect time. And seize the moment, take a step, even if it's just a small step. It gets you out of your comfort zone and gets you moving to create the life you want. And principle 13 is to explore who you are now and do all the things that you really want to do. Spend time doing things that light you up from the inside. Often when we get to this phase of life, we know who we are according to our relationship with someone or something else. You know, we know we're a mum, we know we're a daughter, we know we're an auntie or a friend, we know we're an employee, or we know we're a business owner, but we don't very often get clear on who we are without all of those labels. And it's important that you know this now. You're not the same woman you were 30 years ago, 20 years ago, 10 years ago, even 5 years ago, because they're all through our life. As we have different experiences, we change as a person. So it's important for us to get clear on who we are and what lights us up. And when we get clear on that, it allows us to see the direction that we want to go in. It allows us to do the things that light us up from the inside, which gives us more energy. And this is what allows us to thrive in this phase of life and well beyond. And please know that no matter how you feel right now, that you can create the life that you want, that you can have more energy, you can find a new direction, and you can really thrive now and in the years beyond now. It's just about taking some steps, doing some research, finding the way that is right for you, and then making it happen. Now, remember to check the notes underneath for that ebook. There's a link there. Just click on the link and you can download the ebook there. And also remember, if you found this video helpful and you've enjoyed the content, remember to comment. I'd love to hear your comments. If you have any questions, please feel welcome to post them. Like the video, share it, subscribe, and click the bell so that you're notified as soon as the next video comes out. Lots of love to you, and I'll look forward to connecting with you in the next video. Bye-bye.